Real demon caught on camera. Possessed guy. This is crazy. I mean, this. Oh my god. Wow. Hey, God, is this real good people of Earth? This is unbelievable. Oh, we should all pray for everybody in this world. You see? What is this? God. Oh my god. Look at this. In other places, there was something there that was seen moving in some weird type of way. And the thing looks like it have horns. Could that be a demon? Oh my god. It's crazy stuff. Just like in this cave, there was some creature there recorded walking in some weird type of way there. Look at the hands. Is that normal? What? What is that thing? I. Whoa.
Here's what occult symbols really mean. First, we have the all-seeing eye, and this is found everywhere, even on our money. It's a symbol of enlightenment and knowledge, but if you look deeper, you'll find that it represents the awakening consciousness of the universe itself. The pentagram is a 5-pointed star, often associated with magic. 4 of the points represent the material elements of earth, air, fire, and water. The top represents spirit, symbolizing the power of spirit over matter. The Ouroboros is a serpent eating its own tail that symbolizes eternity and the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, and the idea that the end of one universe is the beginning of a new one. The inverted cross is usually thought to be an evil symbol, but it actually represents St. Peter's crucifixion and is really a symbol of faith. The hexagram is composed of 2 triangles pointing in opposite directions. It's a powerful symbol in occultism, representing the union of opposites and balance in the universe. Finally, the unicursal hexagram has a similar meaning, except that instead of using 2 triangles, it's drawn with a single line, transforming it from a symbol of duality to unity.
Ooh. What? Shit. What the hell? Is that... Look at that shadow! Shit. Ooh.
I'm like fucking scared. There is no one standing there. But
Yeah.
there's a silhouette, like a shadow of a person.
What?
Yeah.
Yo. Look. Look at his head, oh bastard. Shit. Ooh, goosebumps. Shit.
Hey. ¿Quién sos?
What the hell?
Andate de mi casa.
Oh, Makaya, Makaya. Shit. Look at...
Who are the Anunnaki? We have the physical evidence of what they look like according to our ancient ancestors. Some had African features, some had Caucasian features, some had Asian features, some had indigenous American features. A race of people that potentially were multiracial and that may have hailed from many different star systems. These beings, according to the Epic of Atrahasis, decided that they would make man in their image, meaning in some way we are intrinsically linked to the Anunnaki. We may be the actual offspring, or they may be our progenitors.
Did you know that the Bible reveals that in the beginning there were 2 Leviathans, but God had to eliminate one? The Bible says that God created them on the 5th day, and they lived in the depths for a long time. However, it is mentioned that when God parted the sea to protect the people of Israel, he destroyed several sea beasts, including one of the Leviathans. It is said that he crushed the heads of the Leviathan and gave it as food to those wandering in the desert. Additionally, the book mentions that on the final day, God will finish off another Leviathan. In nature, God created species in pairs, like bull and cow, rooster and hen. So it is very possible that there was a male and a female Leviathan, but one was eliminated to prevent their reproduction. What do you think would have happened if God had left both Leviathans alive?
Huh? When you catch the skinwalker, crazy. Oh, what? What is this coil inside that upper cup? It's unbelievable stuff. Is it a way to catch a skinwalker? Ooh. Aye. Look at this dog. Aye, this one could be someone. What? The dogs don't normally do this unless they are on drugs. Good people of us. Say no to drugs, don't give animal other things that they feed on, and always spread love and good vibes. And when you see creatures or animals behaving this way, please, my friends, you can call your neighbor or a friend and try to investigate the animal together. You see, this one, they live alone. Please. Oh, do you think they are hallucinating or they are seeing stuff there in their house? Bizarre stuff. Oh my god. Aye. This dog looks like it is seeing someone or something in the corridor. Oh man. No, it's like the wind decided to play basketball.
7 things you shouldn't do if you wake up at 3 a.m. If you made the mistake of getting up, don't stare at your reflection in the dark. You might get a big scare. Don't ask your pet if it can talk or if it hides something disturbing. Don't look through the windows. If any are open, close them immediately, no matter what you hear outside. If you feel like someone is watching you or following you, avoid looking. If you have already looked, for no reason should you look up. If you receive a phone call from an unknown number, don't make the mistake of answering it. If you notice that religious objects have moved or are on the floor, go back to bed, close your eyes until dawn, and avoid falling asleep. If the doors of your closet are open and you remember closing them, take refuge in another room until sunrise. If you hear knocks under your bed, just ignore it and say a prayer. Share this video, follow me, and give a like for more terrifying stories.
Things you never knew your body was capable of. Your brain can hold 25 million gigabytes of information. Your bones are 5 times stronger than steel. Human bodies glow in the dark, your eyes just can't detect it. You become 35% stronger when you have an adrenaline. 50% of your grip strength comes from your pinky finger.
It goes up.
Wow. What's going on here? Huh. What did these good vibes people make? Oh my god. Good vibes create that looks like it's from the Indian lands. It's doing something like flying or levitation stuff here. Is this normal? Oh my god. This is magic or what's up? What? Ay. English people, or there's a machine that does this.
It's a video well done.
Aye. Hey, no, this one is something else. What's going on here, good people of Earth? Eh?
For the last 8 months, this artifact right here has been making its rounds on the internet and social media platforms. It's what appears to be a stone book. Let's take a closer look at this and find out if in fact that really is a petrified book. The few people who represent modern geology have looked at this photo and they say it's just a natural formation. It's not a book. It's not in 300 million year old sandstone. Case closed. Enter in the creationist perspective that says that, according to flood geology, that everything formed very quickly. Rocks formed quickly, fossils formed quickly, petrification was done quickly. Any examples? How about this right here? This right here is a permineralized stone fedora that was in mineralized water, dripping on it for 2 years, and it became a stone hat. So it's not too far from center to consider that that really is a stone book, and that a book similar to this, take a good look at that, went through a process that this teddy bear did in Kalavivery in the Czech Republic and ended up looking like this within 6 weeks. A stone bear. So, from a modern day geological position of millions of years in slow moving geological formations, this right here, that right there, most likely is not a book from a
fairy. Wait, actually, what the hell? Guys, that does not look like an ordinary bug. Okay, I'm catching this fairy, bro. What the frick? Yo, hell no!
This the spot. This the spot. Nah, come back out. Look, why they be peeking like that? Peeking. Alright, so look, let me know.
How much is $1 trillion? Start with one $100 bill. This is 100 $100 bills, which is $10,000. Now this is 100 bands of $10,000, which is $1 million. When I was a kid, I would think $1 million would like fill a room, but no, doesn't even. It's about the size of your shoe. So now we take 100 stacks of $1 million, and this is what it looks like. This is $100 million. Now we're talking about real money. If you need a forklift to move your money, now you got money. So if you had 10 pallets of $100 million, it would be $1 billion. This is what $1 billion looks like. Now wait for this. Look at what $1 trillion looks like. We're going to use this same guy right here for our illustration. This is what $1 trillion looks like. Right here is this guy. Double stacked as far as you can see.
Hey guys, so we got a big one here today. This is probably going to be one of my bigger videos out of all the other stuff I've done, as this is, again, a big landmark, and also probably will be as big as the imminent disclosure video I posted about Dr. Greer's website, dpiarchive.com, which has been looked at by the right people. Paradigm Institute, which is the army of lawyers that are looking to prosecute the military-industrial complex, certainly the black budget programs, legacy programs that are going on within the UFO issue. Now, one Matthew Pines, who is the Director of Intelligence at Sentinel-1 and a National Security Fellow at the Bitcoin Policy Institute, made claims on what will be going on in the next few months with the UFO transparency. There is also a claim that a bigwig, some big famous guy that a lot of people know, apparently they keep saying, if you watch the news, you know who this person is, will be confirming David Grush's claims from last year. He talks about the Schumer Rounds bill, and the Senate does not trust Arrow at all. They know that Arrow is compromised. I'll jump to that later, but they know that Arrow is compromised and a way of filtering the information and then dissuading potentially the general public or intelligence people, or not intelligence people, but people that are trying to divulge the reality of what's going on, and so that they can take control of the narrative and provide disinformation. That's what I think their purpose is, personally. Luna says, a new hearing is definitely happening. Now, let's break this all down. This Matthew Pine character's come out of nowhere, by the way. So you guys remember the SALT conference, which is the prestigious investment conference that goes on, I believe, once a year in New York. Since then, there's still a lot of chatter on Wall Street about this, just to be very clear. As this guy has stated, there's a lot of people discussing this, and the reason why they're discussing it is because the people in the financial world want to be first in line to work out how to monetize this. So they're not doing this for the disclosure efforts. They're doing this so that they can make a lot of money, okay? Anytime it's to do with investment, they're always 10, 20 years ahead of everybody else. That is why the fingers of Wall Street are getting involved in the UFO disclosure situation, because there are technologies that are being witnessed, technologies that have been reverse engineered that they want to monetize on, which is why you're seeing a push from the financial sector on this stuff. That's why there's so many people now coming out the woodwork from Wall Street, because the conversation is still going on. Now, I have a couple of friends that work in investment here in London. There's even talk about UFO disclosure on Liverpool Street in London now. So there are a select group of individuals, whether they're hedge fund managers or people that work for investment banks, that are now talking about this continuously based on legislation going on Capitol Hill in Congress right now with the Schumer Amendment and now the new amendment, the round Schumer Amendment bill that he's co-sponsored. So effectively what's going on here is this guy is saying that the start of disclosure is going to happen August 1st. He's going to say it's going to happen in August and progress on from there. Now remember, this is a 7-year process. They're going to drip feed the information to us, the people that are up front, like myself, that are doing the research. And subsequently to that, we will then drip feed that information to you people, to you guys, the general public. And he said, percentage-wise, people that are in the know, that are constantly looking at this information, will learn maybe 2 or 3% every day. And the people that are now watching influencers and people like myself that are sort of amateur journalists on this issue will be basically divulging information whereby the general public will be getting 1 or 2% every couple of weeks. He said this is the best way forward, because that way it can be drip fed and controlled, and we won't have what we call this catastrophic disclosure. Now, the crazy part about this is that there are a lot of moving parts, and it's also involved with media. He's saying that Lou Elizondo's book, Imminent, that is being released in August, is part of the disclosure process. And that's what I'm talking about, the drip feed stuff, is that stuff that you will be able to take from the book and then learn and then divulge, like I'll probably end up doing when I get the book, is how they intend on it being done. This is how they want it to be done. They want people like me out there pushing the information out to you guys so that we can drip feed the information slowly, and then slowly over time there'll be mass adoption of what's going on, because we can't all just find out 100% of us tomorrow. It's too much. There would be too much chaos, and it wouldn't be good for the financial markets or anything, personally. So I think this is a sensible move in what Matthew Pines is claiming to happen over the next few months. Now, this bigwig they're talking about, they said it's somebody that if you watch the news, you'll know who it is. So he's really left. He knows who it is. Now, I want you guys. So this is a big one. I need you guys to watch Vetted or Down to Earth with Christian Harloff. They give a 50-minute segment on this stuff with snippets from the interview on a Bitcoin podcast. It's on the top right. You'll see the name of the podcast. I can't remember it right now. Where they've cut all the most important parts. Now, some of the claims this man is making, this is a big one. How do I put this without losing my cool here? He was at that secret meeting that David Grush was at. Remember someone filmed a meeting with David Grush when he was talking to a bunch of people in New York? That was primarily people in the financial institution. I think David Grush was strategic about that, because I think he knows that without financial implementation, we can't push this hard. Now, as I say, there's a lot of talk about the financial institute getting involved in this situation, but the stuff that this man is talking about is wild, and the claims he's making in terms of what these things are, and that there is in fact a difference between, let me get this right, aliens and extraterrestrials. They're not the same thing. I don't want to go into detail about this because this isn't an area I'm fully up to snuff with. I need to do way more research before I start sharing this with you guys, because I do not want to provide you with disinformation or the wrong information. But he is claiming that there is a difference from what they've gathered so far from the information that's being shared, that there is a difference between ET and aliens. It's not the same thing, which is very interesting. I don't know what that means, and I don't want you guys going out there making claims that Daniel said this, blah, blah, blah. I'm just divulging what I have heard directly from Matthew Pines, okay? Please go and watch the full podcast if you need to see this. I just need to be very careful on how I word this, because I think this is going to be a big video, and I think this is a big milestone. What a lot of the guys have said, from Tim Gallaudet to David Grush to Carl Nell, and also that UFO lobbyist whose name always eludes me, who did a really good segment with Down to Earth with Christian Harloff, said that, that it would be imminent in January. I think that is what is happening tomorrow. Okay? That is what is going to happen August 1st, 2024. We're now 31st of July. They're 8 months behind schedule, but I think that's what... I think there's a disclosure starting tomorrow based on what this man is saying. So I urge all of you to go out there, do your research, look up Matthew Pines, look at his credentials, watch these two podcasts, both of them. If you've got time, watch both of them. One's on Vetted, one is on Down to Earth with Christian Harloff. I know I'm repeating myself, but I want to make sure you guys get all the correct information so we can learn together and have a vast majority of people on this quickly to dissect anything that doesn't seem right. Because some of the claims this man is making, he seems very well versed in the topic, by the way. He seems very up to date, and he knows all about the UAPDA and all that other stuff. So I think that this man is very convincing in what he's saying, but it's the first time I've heard of him. It's the first time I've seen him. But I think he was at the SALT conference, and I think he was at that private hearing that David Grush threw with a select group of people that I believe to be from the financial institution. So watch both those podcasts. I will post them in the description below. And just to finish this off, Senator Paulina Luna said that there's definitely going to be another hearing. They've got some exciting news to forward, and that was, I think, recorded by Matt Laszlo, by the way, who I love, by the way. He's brilliant, on Capitol Hill. So this is really exciting. Apparently there's going to be a female lead this time, a female chair running this next hearing. I have a feeling it's going to be Kirsten Gillibrand. I'm on the fence about her right now. I don't know if she's pro-DOD or pro-disclosure. I don't know where she sits, but this is a big update, and I'd urge all of you to do your research on this and follow the descriptions and all the bits and bobs I'll leave in the comments box below. But that's everything for now. If anything else comes up, I will do another short one today, because this is all coming in very quickly, so I'm just trying to learn as much as I can so that you...
More liquid. Try not to let it run off, though. There we go.
The short clip, recorded on a rural property, shows something truly odd.
Olha aí, ó. Olha aí, tá vendo aí, Drayton? Tem gente que não acredita não numa porra dessa, olha. E tá se mexendo, olha. Misericórdia. Como é que pode uma porra dessa?
Naturally, the video has garnered widespread attention for its extraordinary sighting, prompting viewers to speculate about the nature of this mysterious occurrence.
Was there an actual Jesus Christ, a living Christ?
There is, not was.
So it's when you talk about the Christ consciousness, it's a continuous thing where the...
What you call your linear timeline framework, I'll speak in this sense in terms of your time frame linearity. Yes, there was an actual individual named Yeshua who reflected and represented the idea of an expression of what we have termed, using your terminology, the Christ consciousness, which is simply the idea of the collective consciousness of your world. Same thing as Buddha nature, Krishna spirit. You understand? All the same thing can be expressed through individuals by being more and more themselves. But that energy still exists.
And I thought, you got to put them together like that.
Yeah.
Yeah? And then you thread your toothpick through here, apparently, and hang it. Somehow balance it. Oh, it worked! On there. And then you like this. All the way along. And apparently, it will stay on there.
This is a test, is it? Do you reckon it will stay?
I don't know. Well, yeah, as this is a second attempt video, we know it stays. How cool is that? Look, dunk. No, it's hanging on, look, right on the edge.
Recently, a dear friend of mine guided me to the original Aramaic translation of the Lord's Prayer. Scholars and seekers of the esoteric truth have revealed that the Lord's Prayer was originally written in Aramaic. It was the primary language Jesus and his followers used in the 1st century, as well as the Jews of Palestine. This is the direct Aramaic translation, and it's going to blow your mind. O cosmic birther of radiance and vibration, soften our bodies and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission, and let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, that illuminate the opportunities of our present moment. For you are the ground, the truthful mission, the birth, the power, and fulfillment of all that is gathered and made whole again. And so it is. That's not the same. I'm going to be saying this translation anytime I go to say the Lord's Prayer. The level of healing this version embodies almost transcends my comprehension. Rip a hole in the fabric of reality and let some light flood in because it's glorious. Avra, Kedabra, Abracadabra.
Mermaids are real. I told you a few days ago, I'm back to prove it. We'll come right back to that video of that mermaid that you just saw. So we have no doubt had mermaids all throughout our history, but remember when the fallen angels came down and mated with the women? And they were genetic hybrids all over the earth? So much to the point that God flooded it? Look at this right behind me. Why are these people wearing fish suits? You too? It's because it's Dagon, a fish mermaid god. And they would all wear fish's outforms for the god. That really existed. Think Little Mermaid. Now, here's Dagon, the fish god, and there's the Vatican hat. Guess what? Same thing. And deep into Egyptian lore, it talks about the fish people coming out of the water and beating the Egyptians in a battle. Now, there's many kinds of mermaids. You know they're all documented? See its head? See its head? Dagon? Fish people. Exactly like this weird creature that popped up on the internet swimming through the ocean. Now back to this weird freaking thing. Take a good look at it. Can you spot it? Here you go. Mermaids were real and they are real because they won't die in a flood.
This is the ground plans of the Louisiana Purchase Explosion, St. Louis, Missouri, 1904. Keyword 1904. Now first look at the look at that. You see how the south is up north and the north is down south and the west is east and the east is west. So you see how they flipped already? They didn't flip the compass. So now everybody's direction is off whenever they're looking for something particularly, or whenever they're trying to see where something is or what something is. So key word that I want people to see, yeah, because north ain't south and south ain't north and east ain't west and west ain't east. Little do people know, so they kind of got your brains a little going. Now, I want you to notice there were a lot of things that were over here. Ground plans, it says 1904, right? So Morocco wasn't even founded till 1952. So what is this? You sure this ain't the ancient Jerusalem and ancient Morocco right over here next to Illinois? California was right over here, Temple Inn, you see Japan, right? You see a bunch of little places. Hold on, you see Great Britain. Yes, this is on this land. You see Sweden, you see Cuba, you see China, you see Belgium, yep, Austria. All of these places were over here. All of these places, Italy, all of these places were over here, right on this land specifically, right? And this little thing that you see right here, you see how they got it a sky view? This is a sky view. This is this that I was just showing you. This is what this looked like from an east to west view. This is what that looked like, baby. When they got over here, that's what they saw, baby. They know what they saw, baby. Greatness. Come on, Moore, stand up. They know what they saw, baby. Greatness. You think we ain't had this whole land on lock? Come on, man. Come on, man. Slaves ain't built no White House. We did. We built all this. Moors did, baby. Ancient Morocco. Now, I'm going to go back to this, because remember, if the new Morocco was founded in 1952, then that must have been the people that purchased this land and took the Jerusalem from over here and threw it over there. They took Morocco from over here and threw it over there, because we can find letters from George Washington writing to the Sultan of Morocco. So if the Morocco that's established over there in 1952, if that was just established, then this must have been the Morocco he was writing to. That's why they got Cahokia, Illinois, and you also got a Cahokia in what? Exactly, or Cairo, shall I say. You got a Cairo, Illinois, and they say the Cahokia mounds. We got a lot of mounds over here. We were mound builders. They didn't want to call us pyramid builders. They called us mound builders. Let's keep that in mind. You see, we got Tennessee over here, Idaho, fraternity. You see what I'm saying? Look at that. Virginia, Georgia. Come on, man. Like it never stops. You see, Missouri was way up here. So we in Missouri. I'm in Missouri right now, but how Missouri way up here? How is this a map of the land that I'm on right now? But Missouri is just this little teeny place next to Louisiana and Wisconsin and Ohio, New York. Why is New York all the way over here? How is New York all the way over here? Ohio, New York, Massachusetts, Minnesota. So clearly we had these places. North Jerusalem. For those who claim they're Israelites but don't even know where Israel is, this is Jerusalem, the holy city, buddy. Sorry, you got Iowa, you got Mississippi, and mind you, if you're wondering why it looks so confusing, you should be. They flipped your whole world upside down. So you see south is north, north is south, east is west, west is east. So you have to learn a whole new form of directions. And remember, that right there, if you're wondering where that compass comes from, I'll show you. The compass that you see, if you know nothing about the quote-unquote Mayan calendar, they do. It's right there, see? Make windows out of it, make all kinds of signs out of it. Let's keep that in mind. So that's where your compass comes from. This is how we knew how to navigate, right? Seeing that quote-unquote what they call Mayan calendar, what we call it the moral compass and mental magic. Of course, because we do not go by anybody else's names. Yeah, they said that we would never rise again, so hey, I just wanted to show y'all one more time so you can see just how deep this was and how good this particular land itself is. Instead of going everywhere else and looking everywhere else, remember the west is east, the east is west. The north is south, the south is north, so they just kind of had it all flipped up. They kept the symbol the same, but they put the N up here, S down here. W over here, east over there. So now you think this is the west, and we think that's the east. But really everything just kind of been what? Flipped, right? So like I said, this is in 1904. Just so you can see the date, see we're not joking, that's in 1904. Now, if the new Morocco was established in 1925, March 2nd, I think, no, 1952, March 2nd, then who is that? Who is that little, and you see they got the little pyramids within there, who is that specifically? See Jerusalem, who is that? You see a lot of these different, they say Mexican restaurant, who is that? Who and exactly what was that? You see India. You see Guatemala, you see Puerto Rico. Long before it was divided and separated into corporations and just made corporate states and corporate nations more. So going back to the actual natural nations, you see Cuba, once again up in there. You see Italy. So when you see them talking about us basically running up in this or running up in that and doing that, no, we were basically right over here, buddy. See Annex, see the Philippines. Right over here, all this is over here. The Philippine exhibition, you're seeing the top sky view, right? With the information right on the inside of it. Just letting y'all get a little, and you see Arrowhead Lake, right? Arrowhead Lake. You know we got Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Keep that in mind. I don't know if they got any, they got Arrowhead Lake in Kansas City, Missouri. So, just letting y'all know how deep y'all history go. Who changed the names and the locations? Just go look. We didn't. The thing is, it never changed. Nobody can come and just change your home name. You know, when I came in here, they said that these were the Mississippian people. Think about that. Now, Little Egypt is not in Illinois. We need to change that around. Little Cairo is actually over there in the Egypt you believe is Egypt. This is the big Egypt. That's why everything is so ancient that it don't even look like we built pyramids over here yet you're walking on them. That's why everything is so ancient that we only know what they told us. Keep that in mind. So no, that's not no Little Egypt. Sorry, that's miseducation. Remember, you're in a school right now. And you being in that school right now, mental magic, we have to correct each other and we have to be willing to be corrected. Because remember, they flipped your mind upside down just by flipping your directions upside down. You think north and south.